Hey, this is Mike Long, and I'm here with my friends Matador and Mystery. And I'm going to step out of the camera here for a second and actually let these guys talk a little bit about what happened. So I understand that Mystery had an interesting 5-set.
Oh yeah. But you can explain this.
Mystery is a illusionist. He's been doing it for quite some time. And I remember the LA Mystery Special Boot Camp. There was a set you did that you just had these
Which one?
pretty beautiful
LA or
girls.
New York?
LA. In all. It wasn't even
too many girls.
It wasn't a oh, he's a cool guy. It was like looking at like some kind of like comet or like an eclipse, that type of. So I was like, shit, man, let me get my magic book out. I'm still looking up these tricks, but that was a tight set. It was a performance. I gotta give you props for that one.
How did the set start off?
Actually, it was a set that I opened, and there was a girl in that set, tall, beautiful girl. I like tall women. I just find that attractive. I don't have short children. And I brought her over, and we do something called a accomplishment intro switch out, whereas I'll come in and I'll start, I'll open and I'll go into attraction, and then I will move before I go into qualification, and I'll introduce her to my wing. In this case, it's Mystery. And what I'll do then is I'll roll off, meaning I'll leave, go talk to another girl. Two things happen in this moment. One is the girl will see pre-selection by you talking to another girl, and two, he gets to big up you. He gets to DHB you without communicating. He can disqualify himself.
We call it an AI, an accomplishment intro.
He can, exactly, he can neutralize himself by saying, I'm with my girlfriend, but let me tell you something about my friend over here, and go into an accomplishment intro and DHB you very well.
DHB is demonstration of higher value,
demonstration
absolutely.
of higher value, very well, without running the risk of communicating interest himself. And by the time you get back, the set has a better notion of who you are as a man, and you can work it from there.
Because of your social network, she can see that you have somebody who cares about you.
It's not you telling her these things. It's not you bragging. It's your friend. It's your social circle doing it for you. In this case, it's Mystery. It could be Neil. It could be Love Drop. It could be whoever. But we all know this.
Thanks.
This
could be anybody, you know.
Well, you trained them all, so I guess it's okay.
You did the best.
Well, I have specific AIs for my friends because I know them very well, and I know what they've done in the past, and so I can riff fairly well. But I have a generic one that I like to use. Want to hear it? You've heard it a million times.
Oh, yeah.
I'll catch up to speed with some of my friends, because there was a time, well, hell, I didn't know who they were either, right? When I first moved here from Toronto, I moved into the States, the first group of friends that gravitated to me, the new shiny object, they weren't necessarily the friends I ever planned on keeping. But since I've carefully weeded out my social garden, the friends that I have now in my life, they're good people. So I'm going to introduce you to some of them. One of them in particular, this is James Matador from VH1. James needs no introduction, just don't embarrass me. Let me introduce you.
And then introduce yourself, exchange, and then...
And so the accomplishment introduction in that case it actually is a demonstration of higher value for both of you, because you're showing that you actually have a very high standard, Mystery, that you care, and you carefully select who it is that you spend time with. And then, you know, James, you know, who you then dropped in, that he, you know, he's on the VH1 show with you and so forth. Obviously, that's, you know, that's a big DHV.
Yeah, it's a new DHV spike now that we get to enjoy.
Yeah, for sure.
It's an accomplishment.
Absolutely. But that way you're showing that, like, you know, I've seen a lot of sets get broken up where guys will go in and they'll kind of undercut each other, and I've come to realize that it's literally very unattractive to women. And
especially when they're friends, you know, two friends are both competing for the same girl. All the two guys have to do is pull aside for a second and say, whose set is it? You know, whatever happened to having a good wing?
Yeah, for sure.
And the girl knows it's very transparent to the woman. And you both look like losers.
And you look like losers, and she'll presume you're losers because she's seen two losers do it in front of her before.
A million times, yeah.
You know, she's not new to the social scene.
Have you ever been out with a girl and heard a friend get into a fight and they become uncouth and catty with one another, and you just look at them both like, you know, that's what it's like.
Yeah, it's as ugly as a girl getting too drunk. It's just like, ew.
People acting ugly,
right?
Just, you know, it's a turn off.
So what happened? So what happened next? So James, you brought the set over. You brought a beautiful woman over.
I brought the set over and I left, and we were with we had a good group. We had all our friends there because it's LA. You know, it's our home.
Good times.
And I had introduced Mystery to her, and I left, and I started talking to two other girls, and then when I came back...
Was that a different set, the other two girls?
Exactly. It was actually a set that I opened before her, but I just re-entered.
It's good to ping-pong between sets. It builds jealousy plot lines. It builds pre-selection.
Yeah, it's funny. Most guys like would intuitively think that when you get a hold of a fish, you want to fight it and hold on to it and do whatever you can to wrangle that marlin.
It's a very thin test line. You know, you gotta let it reel out. If you're gonna use fishing metaphor, you can only reel it in when she's coming towards you, right? She's coming towards. Now you reel it in. Now she has to, you know, go that way.
You, let her go.
Let her go. Wait for her to come back and reel her in.
In the beginning, that what we call that. Rolling off in the beginning, it seems counterintuitive. It seems kind of scary if your intent is to get somebody or get something, but actually it's more efficient. And when you do it over and over again, it's just a standard piece in your game. In fact, it feels weird. I feel like I get that little alarm in my head that it's too much overkill.
Right, like I'm about to walk away from a girl who's into me.